Hi, I'm Anna Hellman. Thanks so much for being here with me today. Tell me, do you have a lot of paper scraps in your collection? When we have these beautiful papers and we cut them down and have little bits and pieces left, it's so hard to throw them away, isn't it? I hear from you all the time that you love paper scrap cards, so let's make another one right here today. Now, I had these scraps left over from a project, these little tiny ones. They are strips somewhere between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch wide. So that is what I'm using for this card today. And I would imagine you can probably find some of these in your collection as well. So I have my 5.5 by 8.5 card base folded in half here. And what I am going to do is place some adhesive on the front of part of this. Then we're going to attach our strips over top. So if you have on your work surface either some of our Stampin' Up! Grid paper or a work mat like this, it really helps to have some kind of guidelines. And I'm going to use this to put my adhesive on the front. So I am going to use this guideline that runs from here to here. And I'm going to attempt to run my adhesive along the side of that. Now, that is not perfectly straight, but it is close. And with what we are doing here, close should be perfectly fine. So I do need to get a little bit closer to the edge here. You're going to need it pretty close to your edge over here, definitely. Now, before I move this, I want to do the same thing over here on this side. So down on this side, I am going to use this line as my guide, as my right-hand guide. So I am going to attempt to run straight back. Then I need some over here along this edge. Need some along this edge. And we need to fill in between. So move this around a little bit to see if you can possibly see that. That I have an angle covered at the top and an angle covered at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is start to lay on these strips right along the edge and over top of that adhesive. Now, because some of mine are not long enough, I'm going to have to use 2 strips. So fill in here with another one at the end. And I am not going to choose matching ones. I am just going to mix these up, which I think will be fun. Now, on my next one, what I want to do, you want to make sure you cover up your adhesive, of course, but at some point, you're going to start angling out from the side of the card. So this one is not going all the way over to the left side. So put this one on, fill in that space, grab another one, and here you can see I'm going to step back some. Now, if you plan this out right, you can make these steps even in the same amount, but mine are not going to be. Mine are just going to kind of jump around. And the way I like to place these on is to lay it down, not in the adhesive if I can, and then push it up next to the one ahead of it until it stops because it catches on that piece of paper. And I find that that's a nice way to get them lined up straight. Now here, I think I can fit 2 more little ones here. I'll place that one there. And if you need to fill in with bits of little places with adhesive, you can definitely grab some glue and do it that way. Okay. So now we have all those pieces on and covered. Let's trim off those edges and see what it looks like. Okay, so there is the top half of our card. So I'm going to finish the bottom half and I will be right back. Okay, so I have my scraps on here. Let's trim the edges off. And here you can see just that fun design on the corners of this. Now let's finish this card. I have a stamp from the Beauty Frenches stamp set right here. This is a really nice new set with some really pretty greetings. I just want to stamp this down here. It says, "You truly inspire me." This is a great all-purpose greeting that I could turn into a birthday or thank you or all sorts of different things. Now, I really like how our holiday rhinestones coordinate with these particular paper scraps. So I'm going to use some of these that look like emeralds. They also coordinate with that shaded spruce ink that I just used. And place a few of these around this greeting right here. So there's an idea for how to use some of your paper scraps. I'm going to link you right here to a few other paper scrap card ideas I've made. Then hopefully you will enjoy those as well. So thanks so much for joining in. Please subscribe to my channel down below. And in the video description, you can also find links to some of these products that I have used today. Thanks for joining in and have a wonderful day.